Hey guys, it's Adrian. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm bringing you my most anticipated releases of the winter season. So the books that I find the most interesting that are being released in the months of December, January, and February. I figured I would do something like this per season. Now, there aren't that many books that are being released in the winter season that I thought were particularly interesting. Most of the books come out in the spring and in the fall. Those are the big release pushes. But I have found 5 books that I think are quite interesting. And the first book that I want to talk to you about is called Lost Girl by Shan Han, and it will be released on December 13th. Lost Girl is the first book in a new series called The Neverwood Chronicles, and it is a retelling of Peter Pan, and it follows Wendy. Wendy doesn't remember any of the experiments that have happened to her as a child in Neverland, but she's been haunted lately by these shadows. And when these shadows take away a boy right before her very eyes, she realizes that these shadows are not part of a dream, that they are actually reality. And in comes Peter, who tries to help Wendy avoid the same fate. But in order to help Wendy avoid that fate, that he needs to be able to trust her enough to tell her about Neverwood. I love fairy tale retelling, so I'm very excited about this book. The second book that's on my list comes out January 2nd, and that is Wayfarer by Alexander Bracken. I read the first book, Passenger, when it came out last January, and it had a lot of hype around it, so I was very excited about it, and I found it actually quite disappointing because it was very slow paced. The end, however, was really great, and so I'm hoping that because the first book laid down the foundation, that the second book will pick up in pace and it'll be a lot better. It was a really good story. I did enjoy it, so I am excited for the second book. The third book that's on my list is actually a graphic novel. I've never read a graphic novel before. I've been looking for a way to get into it, and when I saw this one, I was very excited. The book that I'm talking about is Wires and Nerves by Marissa Meyer. This is a graphic novel that follows one of the minor characters, my favorite character in all of the Lunar Chronicles, Eco. Eco is an android, and she's got some spunk and some personality. So it follows Eco on her adventure, and Eco gets the help of the Lunar team, and it sounds fantastic, so I am very excited to get my hands on this book. And the fourth book on my list also comes out on January 31st, and that is Empires and Kings by A.C. Baxter. Now, this book is not appropriate for anybody under the age of 18, so keep that in mind. This is a story about a girl whose father is tortured and killed by a Russian criminal named Vlad Zaleski. She's left alone to her own devices to kind of fare through life by herself, and eventually she has to become a part of the world that she hates so much in order to learn the secrets of Vlad so she can take him down. Obviously, I'm excited about this book because it's on my list, but this sounds like something right up my alley, and I've never heard of this author before. So I like reading books by authors that I've never read before. It's a new experience. Expand my horizons. The last book that's on my list comes out February 21st, and that is A Conjuring of Light by V.E. Schwab. A Conjuring of Light is the third, and I believe the last book, I'm not entirely sure about that, in the Shades of Magic trilogy. A Darker Shade of Magic, which is the first book in the series, is a book about a magician named Kel who can travel between parallel Londons. There are 4 different versions of Londons in which he can travel through, and he smuggles objects from various Londons because that's something that he likes to do, until that gets him in trouble one day. And when Kel's trouble begins, he encounters the ever-stubborn thief named Lila, and Kel and Lila come together in order to go on this journey to save all parallel worlds. Alright guys, that wraps it up for today. Those were my most anticipated books of the winter season. I'd love to know what your most anticipated books are this coming season, so leave it in the comments below. And if you haven't already, I'd love it if you subscribe. See you next time, and thanks for watching. Bye! Hey guys! Now Kel is a smuggler, and he smuggles... what's this book called?